Okay. Hi, Singularity members community. So I'm making this video because I want to tell you about a development within Singularity that also involves you. And it involves our first movement towards collective decision making in Singularity, where more power starts to be spread out through the field. So, and by that I mean through the field of Singularity members. So yeah, it's felt really clear to me and really clear to those of us who are working on Singularity for some time that in order for Singularity to evolve in the way that we feel it must, then there needs to be a growing process within the members community where there are some choices that we're really opening to make together, where there's some choices where we are tuning in to the one life force at the heart of all creation, which is at the core of Singularity, and opening to that through our hearts and our souls and our bodies, and from that place listening together around certain choices that are important for Singularity going forward. So I'm making this video because I want to tell you about, as I say, a first step towards that. So something that we're in the process of doing right now is forming the Earth Circle. And the Earth Circle is one of the circles, and by that I mean like teams within Singularity, that is a bit different from the other circles. So we have a bunch of different circles within Singularity, which are teams of people working on different things. You know, we have a leadership development circle, we have an operations circle, we have a governance circle, da 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 da. The Earth Circle is a little bit different. And it's a really important circle. And it's actually really amazing that we are in process of it forming right now. So the role of the Earth Circle is essentially supporting Singularity governance to stay aligned to the pure mission of Singularity as it wants to express across all of Earth's 7 continents. So that includes Antarctica. So yeah, this is, ultimately my vision for the Earth Circle has been that this would be made up of a group of elders. It would be made up of a group of humans, one from each of the Earth's 7 continents, Antarctica included. We've got to work out how we do that because no one lives there right now, I don't think. But yeah, these elders would be humans who are deeply open through their core to the one vibrant life and presence that lives and is arising as all things. They would be humans who have made a deep contribution to humanity and who have completed their service. So there would be humans and elders who are, exemplars of deep integrity, morality, service, embodiment, purpose, love, presence. Yeah, and their role would be essentially like oversight in Singularity. Their role would be making sure that Singularity governance stays pure and aligned with Singularity's mission as it wants to express across and serve all 7 continents of the planet. So, yeah, as I say, we're in the process of moving towards founding the first version of the Earth Circle. And it's a first version because right now we don't actually have those kinds of elders who are really orbiting around the Singularity organism. What we do have is we have some people who are deeply resonant with the work of Singularity, who really feel the source code of it and who want to be part of supporting it to take its next steps so that we can learn in the process. So I have brought together a group of 7 amazing beings who are up for being part of the Earth Circle over the course of the next year so that we can really dive in and learn from the process of how to do this Earth Circle thing so that as the years unfold, we can get better and better at doing it. So the 7 beings who have said yes are Lee Kleiger for North America, Yabo Boye for South America, Serena Duvin for Europe, Marcus Wu for Asia, Ankh for Africa, Sigourney Bell for Oceania, and Jonathan Ehrlich for Antarctica. So what I want to invite the Singularity members community into is we're going to have a call. And on that call, the invitation is going to be for us to, really call in the landing of this Earth Circle, the first emergence of this Earth Circle, which represents a diverse group of leaders and humans who are vibrating deeply with the Singularity's work towards the emergence of a new politics and leadership and governance rooted in the one source, the one life that lives through everything, the one earth, the one humanity. And then there's going to be the opportunity for the Singularity membership community to ratify, to confirm these people onto the Earth Circle. Now, it's not a vote. I don't want this to be a vote. At some point in the future, we'll do voting, but I don't want this to be a vote because this isn't about it being it just doesn't feel like that's the process right now. We're very lucky that these really amazing beings have said that they're really up for being on this and helping us learn about this process over the next year. And I really want them to all have the opportunity to do that. There is a possibility that we'll put it to the Singularity community and people may be like, absolutely not this person. I have a fundamental problem with this person being on the Earth Circle. And if anyone has that kind of issue, then we'll look at that, and we won't go forward with the process further, and we'll look into that and see if that needs to be addressed or anything needs to be changed. Yeah. But the invitation is actually just going to be for people to confirm, to ratify these people onto the Earth Circle, and for us to then bless them into the expression of their role holding in this, which is a significant thing. Practically speaking, the role of people on the Earth Circle is to participate in 2 calls at each solstice, in the June solstice and the December solstice, where Singularity Governance meets with them and shares with them about all the stuff that we've been up to. And they give us support, reflection, and feedback around making sure that it stays purely aligned and the purpose is being expressed across all 7 continents. I mean, we've got a lot of work to do to get there, and we need their help. But even though that's a quite minimal time and space engagement in terms of 2 calls a year, the energetic engagement is deep. Think how that would feel to be like you're holding a point energetically for the expression of Singularity's work across a whole continent. So I'm making this video so that you can understand the process that we're going to invite people to be part of. Like I say, it's a ratification. It's not a vote. If anyone does feel like a hell no to one of these particular people being on the Earth Circle, then that will be looked at. We'll spend time with it, see if an alternative course of action needs to be taken. What I'm going to do as a next step, once this video is out in the community, is I'm going to share a document that has all of these amazing beings' bios so that you can feel them, tune in on them. And then we're going to set the date for the call that we're going to have. And if you want to be part of this process, then you can join the call, or we're going to find a way that you can share your say beforehand. And just to share as well, the last thing I want to share is that when we do group decision making in Singularity, it's not going to be like a kind of, hey, everyone just notes their opinion as far as their kind of mental vote is concerned, like intellectually informed vote is concerned, and then we do a majority rules democratic process. We don't want voting processes that happen from separate minds who are all trying to, in their isolated ways, think about what's best and then majority rules. There's great gifts to that process, and we think that humanity is ready for something more. And so what we are going to try and do is develop a process with this where it's going to be about the group together, syncing up, connecting, opening to that one life force at the core of all things, as it is in the core of me and in the core of you and in my heart and in your heart and in our hearts. Vibrating there, feeling that as best we can, and then from that place, tuning in together to what feels right, what feels aligned with life. And of course, we're going to do that in the most minimally culty way. It's no pressure on anyone to, um, yeah, to conform to anything. That's the beautiful nature of the life principle in everyone, which is actually yeah, everyone has a unique expression of it. But yeah, we want to be an organism that is alive and in resonance with each other and in resonance with the life force and with singularity's mission, and from there make choices, you know. And if we totally disagree about things from there, great, fine, you know. But I want it to come from there rather than kind of separate, isolated minds battling out for who's right. You know what I mean? So, yeah, more to come, as I say, on this. I'll circulate the document soon, and then we'll do the time for the call and we'll move forward with this. Thank you, everyone.